Hey, so this is me informing you guys that this will be my last ministry update for the Fernandez family. But the most important thing, I hope you watch to the end. This is a long video, 15 minutes long so far. So the most important thing that I want you to do, discontinue your support of us on the NAM website. Must do that as soon as you hear this. Go and log on to the NAM website where you were supporting us, and I'll try to send you instructions as to how to do that along with this video. But you need to discontinue your support of us because I would say around January 20th is the last day that we can receive any finances at all. Because February 4th will be the last time that I get compensated from NAM.
Good. Give it up for them. Give it up. Give it up. My name is Omar, one of the pastors here at Bridge Church. If you are new, if this is your first time visiting our church, guess what? You are a VIP, and we want to extend the greatest welcome possible to you. As VIPs, we want to welcome you to our Backstage Pass, which is a 5-minute meet and greet right beyond the double doors, immediately to your right, immediately following the service, where basically we give you a little breakdown of our church and its history, and we get to know you a little bit and start to develop a friendship with you. Okay, so meet me. I'll be there to usher you as a sign right beyond the double doors that looks just like this, and I'll see you back there. Okay, bye. All right.
Hey, what's good, family? Hey, so this is me informing you guys that this will be my last ministry update for the Fernandez family as part of the North American Mission Board. It's very bittersweet, but there's so much I can tell, so many good stories, so many heartbreaking things, but it has come to a close. It has come to an end. As you guys know, we've been through many transitions over the time that we've been here in Brooklyn since we got here in 2016. At first, I was a pastoral resident, and then I was ordained September of 2017 as the family's pastor of Bridge Church here in Brooklyn. And then because of a lot of circumstances having to do with our finances and us not raising enough support to maintain this expensive life here in Brooklyn, I had to go and find a job. So starting in March of this year, I got on the job hunt, and my responsibilities at the church were reduced a little bit so that to enable me to do that. And then I got a job, praise God, that started this June in 2018, this past June. And because of that job, I had to step away from being family's pastor because of the time that I was able to give it. At the time I was youth pastoring, I was directing the children's ministry, and I was also leading the family's ministry. And so because of my responsibilities at work now to keep my family supported, working 40 hours a week in a job in Midtown Manhattan where there was a 45-minute commute, as a field application engineer, I had to let go of a lot of responsibilities that I had as the family's pastor. But the incredible leadership at Bridge Church gave me the opportunity to be what's called the Next Steps pastor, which was basically to be the pastor of the new people. We average about like 10 visitors each and every week over our 2 services at Bridge Church. And it's very important that we process them well. And so they had me in a role where I was up on stage every Sunday announcing like, hey, if you're a first-time guest, we have something for you. It's called Backstage Pass. And it was basically, introducing them to a 5-minute meet and greet where they would then be introduced to the church. We would give them a little bit of our history. We would get to know them a little bit and get their contact information, find out various things that they might be interested in, like city groups or small groups, or serving at the church, or even having a conversation with a pastor about their relationship with God. And therein lies my favorite part about that role. So since September, when I started that role since September, when I started that role as an excess pastor, I've had the opportunity to talk to so many people. I was just looking at the stack of Bass Pass cards that we collected from everybody who attended Bass Pass while I was the excess pastor. Just a huge stack of postcards with people's contact information on them, where basically they were coming into our doors for the first time, inquiring about our church, wondering if this was going to be the church that they stayed. Many of them are still part of our church, and I've had many great conversations with many of them, just about what it means to be a healthy member of a church, what it means to be integrated well into a church, what it means to walk with God. Those relationship with God conversations were incredible. Over the course of my short time as an excess pastor, 3 people came to know the Lord. And so that's something that I'm very, very proud of. And of course, I can't leave my wife out of this. Over the course of our 2 years, she's been a warrior, a servant, both in our home, in our marriage, and in the church. Nancy has been incredible during this whole time. She has faithfully followed her husband's leading and has been an incredible wife during this time. So it's not just me that was a part of this ministry and what you were supporting through your financial giving, which was incredible and generous, but it was also what we were doing as a couple, as a ministry couple out here in the city, and as a family. Because as you know, as I've told many of you, just the fact that we're a big family here and we're 15 years married, it's just becoming more and more rare to see a couple that is still together with so many kids after so many years. And that in itself has been a testimony to many, many people that we've met here in Brooklyn so far over the course of 2 years. But going back to the story, so because of the time, so I was next test pastor from September all the way through December, but unfortunately, so our church, Bridge Church, is accountable to a church in Atlanta, and they were just looking over some of our finances as a church, and some red flags came up when it came to the compensation that I was receiving as a pastor at Bridge Church. Because when you guys give, you give to the North American Mission Board. The North American Mission Board then gives that money to Bridge Church, and Bridge Church gives it to me. So I am a W-2 employee with the church. So because of the amount of compensation that I was receiving from NAM, from the North American Mission Board, from you guys, versus the number of hours that I was able to give, which at most in a given week would be maybe like 15 hours, 12 to 15 hours in a given week, it just was not evenly balanced in the eyes of the IRS. So if our church got audited and saw how much I was making, because I was bivocational, so I was depending on this job that I got, but it was dual income with the money that I was making, through you guys, through your support, and that was keeping our family afloat, and so that is how we were living. But because of the amount of hours that I was able that I'm able to put, that I'm able to give, which were limited in the eyes of the IRS, according to this church and the research that they did, I was no longer able to receive that compensation through NAM. And so, this is something that can put my church in jeopardy, as far as like if the IRS audits our church and they see that I'm making a certain amount of compensation versus the number of hours that I'm putting in. They've been really cracking down on clergy, especially. I guess, many of you know of clergy out there that have really abused finances of the church. And so they're really cracking down on clergy that are trying to do that. And so this is one of the things that they've done. So they carefully look at number of hours worked versus compensation. So because of the imbalance, excuse me, of the number of hours worked versus my compensation, the church saw it too risky to keep me on as the Next Steps pastor of the church. And so they had to eliminate my position because I was no longer really able to give the time that not just on the basis of what the IRS saw, but also gave that position the time that it truly deserved. There were numbers that we wanted to see as a church, as far as like new people that came in and then got funneled into like a city group or a serving opportunity, and those numbers weren't what we wanted to see as a church either. So everybody agreed that I just wasn't able to give because of my responsibilities at my job, because of our financial needs, where I had to go get a job. I wasn't able to give the time after 40 hours a week, plus I've been traveling a lot for that job because of that's what the job requires, and plus trying to maintain a healthy marriage, maintain a healthy home life. Because of all those responsibilities, I wasn't able to give this next steps pastor's role the time that it deserved. And so there came the end of my time with NAM. Has it been easy? Not at all. This has been a struggle. It was a dream of ours to come to Brooklyn and to come to New York and plant a healthy church here where people can grow in the walk with God and thrive and navigate the waters of being a follower of Christ here in the city and be discipled well. But a while back, we discovered that just wasn't us. We weren't called because of the season of life that we were in as a family. We just weren't called to do that right now in this season of our lives. But then we were just set on serving at Bridge Church, and I was a pastor there since last September, like I said before, and it was going great. But then things being what they being, the finances were what they were, and so thereby, and NAM was in agreement with everything that happened as far as the decision making in the church. Yeah, like the number of hours that I was able to commit just were not enough. And so, yeah, this has been a tough time, tough season. Yeah, there've been many times where I've wanted to cry straight up because this was, like I said, a dream of ours. And, it's not that we're not serving God anymore. We're still here in Brooklyn. We're still here in Flatbush. And there's many opportunities for ministry that I've seen, even at my job, even through the people in our church that work in close to me in the same area in Midtown Manhattan. There's so many opportunities. God has not finished his work that he's doing through us. We know that for sure. It's just been hard to let go of that dream. So pray for us in that regard and continue to pray for us. And last but not least, I just want to commend you so much. I cannot believe the generosity, the love, the support, the care that we've received from all of you, especially Redeeming Grace Baptist Church. You guys are incredible, just amazing. The quintessential sending church. I'm blown away by your love, by your generosity, by just the attitude of missions that you guys have. You guys had a heart for New York because God gave us a heart for New York, and it was evident throughout our time here. Just all the interactions that we have for you. I know you guys have been praying for us. I talk to Adam all the time. You guys ask him about, hey, how the Fernandez family doing? Just the emails, the text messages, the phone conversations. When I go over there, or the love that you guys have shown to us, just sweet times with you. I'm just blown away, and I'm so full of gratitude for you and everything that you've done for the kingdom and for our family. As we are here, just surrendering to the Lord to serve him here. It's just been incredible to be a part of it. It's been a roller coaster ride. It's been an application of faith like we've never experienced before in our lives. I mean, God has sustained us through the ups, through the downs, through the difficulties, through the extremely hard decisions that we've had to make about what to do and which direction to go in as a family here in Brooklyn. It's just been so wild, so wild. But now I'm looking forward to just being a healthy member of Bridge Church. Nancy's going to be right by my side. The kids are happy that they're going to get dad back on Sundays. you know, because I was working many hours on Sundays. That was the bulk of my time worked was on Sundays, basically from like 2:30 in the afternoon to 8:30 at night. You know, I would be at the church serving and meeting people and processing folks in and doing all types of ministry for the church. And so, you know, they get to have Bobby back, you know, so they're excited about that. So we're going to transition into just being healthy members of our church and reconnecting with some people, because it's just been such a wild and involved time. We haven't had as much time as we've wanted to just be with people in the church and strengthen some of the bonds of our friendships, and, you know, connect with people and invite people over to the house more often. It's just been such a whirlwind. But we thoroughly look forward to that. And shout out to all the leadership at Bridge Church. You guys were amazing. James, Josh, Rasul, Rich, Steve, love you guys. It's just been an incredible ride with you. And I appreciate Bridge Church opening up its doors to allow me to be a pastoral resident. Excuse me. And then just to bear with our family, to walk with us, to encourage us, to disciple us. It's just been incredible. So thank you so much, everybody. Again, looking forward to hearing from you. I am going to contact you, as many of you as I can individually. But the most important thing, I hope you watch to the end. This is a long video, 15 minutes long so far. So the most important thing that I want you to do, discontinue your support of us on the NAM website. Must do that as soon as you hear this. Go and log on to the NAM website where you were supporting us, and I'll try to send you instructions as to how to do that along with this video. But you need to discontinue your support of us, because I would say around January 20th is the last day that we can receive any finances at all. Because February 4th will be the last time that I get compensated from NAM. Okay, so as of January 1st, I'm no longer the Next Steps pastor at Bridge Church. I'm no longer going to be an elder, because the elder role was connected to that particular role. And so please discontinue your support. Otherwise, it's going to go to like some emergency NAM fund for other missionaries. I mean, if you want to support that, then by all means, keep doing that. You guys are just generous, you know, by nature like that. But yeah, as far as like supporting us, we will not be receiving funds beyond January. So February 4th will be the last time that I'm compensated from NAM. Okay. So do that. I love you guys. Thank you so much again for the support, the prayer, the love. You guys have been amazing, incredible. God bless all of you. May he multiply those blessings over and over and over again in your lives. And we love you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you again, and God bless. Papa, you having fun? Yeah? You tired? That's it?
I want to go over there and check out what's going on swimming.
What you want to check out?
Yeah. It's so fun. I'm sweating.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to check out the things over there.
You got to stay on this square.
Okay, fine.
You got to stay where I can see you.
Don't call for me, baby.
Maybe a coat? Spend your energies.